Bring back rock.
Hey everybody, it's Dean. Welcome to Bring Back Rock. Today we're talking about our metal queen, Lee Aaron. A term that maybe doesn't apply quite so much after her first 3 albums or so, but it's a moniker she's stuck with forever, and I think she's all right with that. I'm going to talk. There's a little bit more than I thought we had to talk about with her, so I'm not going to waste too much time up front. Just want to say thank you to everybody that's been watching these videos and hitting that subscribe button. I really do appreciate you guys spending time here. So, not going to waste too much time up front. Let's get right to it and talk about Lee Aaron. Lee Aaron was born Karen Greening. She's a Canadian singer. Yes, another Canadian. I think this is the 3rd Canadian band in a row I'm doing. Must be on some kind of Canada kick. But anyway, she was born Karen Greening in Canada. She was in high school doing drama, band, etc. when she was spotted and asked to audition for a band. Her dad drove her to the audition and stayed with her, not about to leave his 15-year-old daughter in a basement with a bunch of band guys. Good call, Dad. She got the gig, but played mostly keyboards and I believe she said sax, only singing a few songs. Naming a band can suck, so they wanted a person's name for the band, like, Jethro Tull or Alice Cooper Band, in which at first there was no one named Alice Cooper until Vincent Furnier, I believe he pronounced it, adopted it as a stage name. So they took pop culture names, put them in a hat, and drew out Lee, which represented Lee Jeans, children of the 70s and 80s, remember those, and Aaron, representing Aaron Spelling, legendary TV producer. I think The Love Boat was the big one at the time. They liked the sound of Lee Aaron better than Aaron Lee, so that was the band name they went with. When they got a manager, he said this girl, our heroine, Lee Aaron, needed to be up front, not stuck behind the keyboards, and needed to be the main singer. Getting good responses in clubs, the owners would want to rebook that band, and that band with the girl, Lee Aaron, in it. So, just like Alice Cooper, everyone started referring to her as the band name, and so she adopted it as her stage name, and Karen became Lee Aaron. Funny enough, I remember an interview with Josh Todd of Buck Cherry, saying people started referring to him as Buck or Mr. Cherry at one point. All right, so Karen is gone and Lee Aaron is born. She becomes popular enough to sign her first record deal at the age of 19. And then she released her solo record, The Lee Aaron Project, on Freedom Records in 1982. She only co-wrote 3 of the songs, but that would soon change. Triumph's Rick Emmett played on and produced one song on the album, Under Your Spell. Now, this manager had some very questionable ideas and some very good ideas. One of the questionable ideas was that he had Lee Aaron posing nude in a men's magazine, Oui, O-U-I, which she says, and I believe it, led to her having problems being taken seriously as a musician for some time. She won't go so far as to say she regrets it, because even bad decisions give you the opportunity to learn from and grow from it, so leading hopefully to better decisions. One more thing about Oui, they seem to have their pulse on rock at that time. I remember Motley Crue did a shoot with topless women for the magazine in the Too Fast for Love era, so very early. Well, it turns out Mark Weissguy Weiss was a photographer for the magazine at the time. If you don't know, he was soon to become one of the premier rock photographers. He and Neil Zlozauer seemed to be the guys getting all the cool rock photos. Now, a good idea the manager had was getting in contact with Kerrang! Magazine, headquartered in England, to expand beyond Canada. They did a 2-page article and fold-out poster, helping her gain a buzz, and got offered to do a showcase at the Marquee Club in London, which got great reviews. Now, her Lee Aaron Project album led to her getting signed to Attic Records, who re-released the album in 1984, and her second record, Metal Queen, that same year. It was a 6-album deal. Her buzz in England got the band invited to play Reading Festival in front of 60,000 people. They had no money and ended up sleeping on the floor of that writer from Kerrang! Now, Metal Queen was the name of the album, name of the song and first video, and it was a moniker that stuck with her and still gets mentioned constantly. The song was based on a kick-ass female character from the movie Heavy Metal. Another of the manager's ideas was to run with the Metal Queen vibe. Conan was hot at the time, which led to the video. Kind of cheesy now, but a lot of them were at the time. Set her up as a sword-wielding, ass-kicking Metal Queen. For this album, she had writing credits on all the tracks, and guitarist John Albini entered the picture, becoming her writing partner for years to come. He had played in the band Rabbit, that you may be familiar with. They released a couple albums. I could say more, but I'm not going down that rabbit hole. I'm so funny. Metal Queen produced 2 videos, the title track and Shake It Up, which was recorded at the aforementioned Reading Festival. It went to 69 on the Canadian album charts. At one point, she opened shows for Motley Crue, which she states the band were complete gentlemen to her. Vince was excited to share their new video with her and get her opinion on it. And Tommy noticed her drummer had pretty beat up heads on his drum kits, called his sponsor, and had them all replaced for him. So pretty cool, the Crue guys. Call of the Wild was up next, and they got world-renowned producer Bob Ezrin for this one. Most famous for his work with Alice Cooper, Pink Floyd, and Kiss. It went to 86 in Canada, and again, Lee Aaron and John Albany wrote most of the original material for this album. In 1987, she released the self-titled album Lee Aaron, which yielded her first crossover hit, Only Human, and the album went to 39 on the Canadian album charts. But the slick production took a lot of the edge off from the band and veered into pop rock territory. 89 saw the release of Body Rock, which saw Lee taking back more control of her music. Not metal, but melodic hard rock. It was her most popular album. Both singles made it to the top 40 in Canada, and the album went to 24 on the Canadian charts, going platinum, and in one interview I heard her say double platinum. Her 6th album for Attic, Some Girls Do, proved another success, going to 38 on the Canadian charts. A lot of these albums charted all over Europe too, but never in the US. Why? I finally have an answer. The contract she signed with Attic gave them rights to secure deals all over the world for her. And they did. They got record contracts and distribution deals all over the world for her, but not in the U.S. Lee Aaron constantly had major U.S. labels wanting to sign her and promote her, but being Attic's most popular artist, they tried to use her to secure distribution for all of their artists or get financing for their Attic America label. None of this happened, and by the time she was free of Attic, contract offers had dried up as grunge had hit. So really, the contract she signed kind of, in the long run, for the U.S. anyway, backfired on her, as she wasn't allowed to sign a U.S. record deal. In 1994, she released Emotional Rain on A&M, continuing her commercial rock sound. 1996, she took a left turn and joined the band Too Precious, an alternative band that was getting love and ads at stations and college radio until they discovered Lee Aaron was a singer. Once they found out the Metal Queen was a singer, their manager tried to keep it as quiet as possible, but once they found out, that's how toxic anybody from the 80s was at the time, which is really sad. Lee Aaron then reinvented herself on the jazz circuit, fronting jazz bands and even releasing a jazz album titled Slick Chick in 2000 and a jazz pop hybrid album Beautiful Things in 2004. She met her drummer husband John Cody on the jazz circuit, and he has since joined her band. Interesting fact, John is an avid, and by avid I mean insane, vinyl collector. Apparently one of the biggest in North America. They had to add an entire extension onto their house to house all of the 250,000 or so albums he owns. I can't name 250,000 albums I want. Heck, I can't name 250,000 albums. Well, maybe, never really tried, but that is a lot. Recently, she's returned to her rock roots, releasing some really good albums and has been very proficient, taking total control of her music, writing, producing, and even the business side. A model of female empowerment considering where she started as a 19-year-old signed artist. I call her music rock, veering into hard rock, but her earliest work, the first 3 albums, are the heaviest for sure. Recent releases and a return to the rock arena are Fire and Gasoline in 2016, which was her first U.S. release, Diamond Baby Blues in 2018, Almost Christmas in 2020, great original song on there called More Fun on the Naughty List, Radio On in 2021, Elevate in 2022, and Tattoo Me, a covers album, in 2024. So that's a bit about Lee Aaron, the metal queen, so to speak. A woman of many styles, metal, hard rock, melodic rock, jazz, and more, but definitely a testament to perseverance and female empowerment. Someone who could have been much bigger in the U.S. under a different contract. And really, one of the most active legacy artists. Who else has released their first album in 1982 and can still say they released 6 studio albums over the last 8 years? Not many. All right, I'm going to play a couple of music samples for you, and then I will catch up with you at the end of the video.
She holds a passion like no other.
right, so that is a little bit on Lee Aaron. Now, where can you find her? Just about everything she's released is on the streaming services, so you can go find her and listen to her there. If you want to add Lee Aaron to your collection, the CDs you can find new, all of them for about $20 or less, so they're not going to break the bank. Used ones you can find even cheaper, so go check out Lee Aaron, pick up some CDs, support the artist. Want to thank everybody for watching, and I will catch up with you on the next episode.